Alright folks, welcome to another episode of Indie Pokemon Decks. I'm trying a different microphone this time because someone told me the other one might be too quiet. So hopefully this one's better. Again, leave some comments, leave some feedback, like, subscribe, do whatever it is you do out there, post links. Does anybody do that anymore? Post links. But anyway, alright, so here we got a pretty cool deck out, and I'm rushing to get this out, and I'm putting rush in air quotes because I'm not really rushing, but putting this out sooner than I would like to. I would like to test this deck out more. But I really like this deck. This is a Cinderace deck, and maybe this was a rage a while ago, but I try to Google, look up, hey, Cinderace decks, and I know there was like a deck made of it, but really only one person, like some person back in February said they really liked this deck. And, I'll do this. I'll go out and I'll get a set of cards that I think is interesting and try them out. I think that's kind of where I get, where I can come up with all these decks is that I'm constantly like looking at cards. I put them in my want list, and then I'll trade for them, and then maybe I'll make a deck right then and there, or maybe it doesn't fit out, and I'll just toss it to the side. But the instant I got this, it worked pretty well. I'm actually surprised this isn't a little bit more popular. So it's a Cinderace deck, and it does 190 damage. You have to discard 2 energy, but guess what? Anytime you move this Pokemon from your bench to the active spot, you can attach 2 fire energy from your discard pile to it. So all you need is 1 energy, and it doesn't even have to be a fire energy. So I had a couple of iterations of this deck. The original one, all right, so let's talk about the draw engine first before I do that. But so it's basically easy. All you have to do is do some kind of switch to get this. So once you have one Cinderace and you're active and you have another one on your bench, you just need 1 energy and some kind of switch. So anything with the switch is going to be a synergy with this deck. So I'm just going to go over some of the switch stuff we have. Switch, obviously. Bird Keeper, yeah, why not, right? Switching. An Air Balloon, right? So you can use Air Balloon with Bird Keeper switch and retreat and swap Pokemon. Or, you know what? He retreats for only 1. So you could almost probably just make a deck of Cinderace. So I tried a few different ways of doing it, and this was the way I thought of, like, what's the best way to maximize this? I decided to use the Comfey engine, Lost Zone. And originally I even had a Sableye, so that's what I was talking about. I had some Psychic Energy in this deck. I had Sableye, so I can knock off the Pokemons that, I do 190 damage, and they go retreat to their bench, and I don't know, I played around with it. And I'm going to say this. This is a deck, this Cinderace is a card you could play around with and try different styles on it. Maybe, maybe Mew would be worth it. Maybe some other draw engines would help this out. Or maybe this just being a second banana in another fire deck. Maybe like a Charizard deck, right? I mean, that might be much having 2 stage 2s. But you get the point here. You could easily build a lot of different decks and use this as a primary or secondary attacker. And 190 damage for what's essentially 1 energy is nothing to sneeze at. That's, you're getting the 1-hit knockout range. So, okay, let's go back. So we have the draw engine Comfey. Comfey usually comes with some kind of switches, balloons, and scoop ups. But I didn't use scoop ups with this deck because the synergy doesn't fit with Cinderace. So why not just use switch? I don't really have many games where I'm using Comfey more than 1. And if you've got Lost Zone, well, why not Cramorant, right? So this gives you a little bit of time, right? So you've got, at your second or third turn, Cramorant is usually able to attack. You can attack with him early while you're getting all this set up. So one kind of, I forgot what I call it. I used to call it something, not the anti-synergy or whatever, is that you're putting cards in the Lost Zone, which is not really great in this deck. It works. It totally works. It stinks if you get like 2 Cinderaces or 2 energies or something you don't want to get rid of. But, I mean, if this deck's as basic as you get, and you could really almost tech and tool this out, right? If you want to throw in an Yveltal for energy removal, if you want to toss back the Sableye in, there's a few different things you can toss in, and there's probably a lot of different ways you go with the Cinderace. This is the way I went. I rather like this deck. It's fun to play with. So to go with the Lost Zone, of course, we have Colress. Helps us get the cards we need, because we're using Rare Candy. We're using, I have Level Ball in here. I thought of putting VIPs in here, but I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it'd be kind of cool. It makes it easy if you're using Colress and it's not the first turn. You're just chucking the VIPs. That might be a way to go. And again, you could really, really tinker around. All right. So the only problem I find with this deck is with 190 damage, you just need that extra to get to 210. And choice belts. So if you have some V max, you know, and if you think about it, even I've had times where I've had 190 and then 110 from Cramorant. That's 300. Yeah, you're not getting every V max out there. You still need that extra. I had a game where I used like this attack, the flame charge, and I used tackle to get to 310, 320 to knock out a V max. But it's pretty good. The only stadium I have is Path to the Peak. You could easily put in a lot of different stadiums with this deck, very easily. There were a couple I was thinking of. The one where you could look at the top card and discard it. I think Altar of Paradise. That would fit in with this deck as well. You know, maybe not exactly, but that would help you discard the energy. Okay, so I have 10 energies. That's plenty. And in the Sableye one, I was like 3 psychic, 7, 5, but it just never really worked right. So again, you could tech this deck out and get something really good. It's got a lot of synergy. It's a lot of fun to play. So let's give it a try. All right. Get the coin flip. I lost. It's fine. It doesn't matter. You know, it's nicer a little bit to go first, especially when you have the ability to, you know, you use Lost Zone in your first turn. You don't necessarily need your trainers. That's kind of nice, but it's not necessary. Take one mulligan at least. Okay, this is decent here. And if my opponent doesn't have a V, then the choice belt can go. But this is a decent start. I mean, I'm going to be able to use supporter first turn, so I have to think about it. Nope, there's a Mew there, but it's 180, but it's Fusion Strike. So I've actually played the Fusion Strike deck against this before. And the cool thing is, the Genesis X are weak to fire, which are nice, and 190. I actually won the last matchup I had. I had another one against, I forgot what deck, and I lost on one turn. So this deck gets kind of competitive. Let's see how this goes. I forgot what the Mew... I think this was the deck where I did have to use the extra 10 or 20 to attack, so... to knock them out. I don't like seeing the Mellow answer there. I know it's pretty standard. Okay, so we can do a choice belt. I'm going to quick ball the Marnie, I think, because I really only need one in the hand at a time. And I think I am going to go with... I should have seen what I got there. There's 2. I almost want another Comfey, but let's just see. Let's go with the Cramorant. I'm more likely to get the Comfeys. Between that and the Colress, I should be close to... So let's see what I get here. 2 energy. See, this is not that great. Alright, I'm getting one in my hand. That's nice. I could use the Marnie here, but I'd rather use the Colress and get the Cramorant pretty close. So let's see. Okay, we got one. That's definitely taking... Oh, I really want this. This is tough. I don't think I need the air balloon. I think I need the quick ball more than either of these two. Because I can retreat with an energy, and that actually helps me out. How many energy do I have in here? Alright, and by next turn I should be able to get one more. So I can ditch one. And that's one thing, you actually do need the energy, like sometimes you kind of forget. Let's put a Comfey here. And we're going to retreat. I mean, maybe I should have chucked the other energy in there. I get a little worried that I get too many of the cards I need in there. But I know I have another balloon. We're going to retreat. I really haven't used this computer that much. And after he runs, then Cramorant will be able to attack. So that'll put a little pressure on my opponent here. Yeah, I think I need the energy more. Let's be honest. I've got enough Pokemon on the bench. And I can't attach it because I attached that. Yeah, you know, it's neither here nor there. The cool thing is, if I do get the cards I need on the next turn, I can well, I won't be able to get it all in one shot. Let's see what happens, because let's see. I mean, he's usually yeah, it's 310. Yep, there's Elisa Sparkle. Fast energy on these guys. He's gonna retreat and he's gonna knock me out. And then I can go with this Comfey. I can knock out his Meloetta straight up, but I might as well get this Comfey in on the action. I don't have a way to retreat, so I'm probably going to play the Marnie, I think. So put a Comfey as active. I can't put the energy down yet because I don't know if I'm going to get the switch or not. And I definitely need to knock it out. I don't really want to put it down and retreat. Okay. We're going to do this for now. And I'm going to hold off on the energy. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's play Comfey first. I mean, it sucks if I get a... Yeah, now I'm taking that. Let's slow down. Right, because that works against these Genesects. I almost don't want to play the Marnie now and just knock him out with the Cramorant. And wait till next turn. I mean, I can even go after this Mew or something like that. But I got to get rid of this Meloetta. I think I'm not going to play it. Now, he's got too many cards. He's got 6 cards there. So let's play it anyway. We'll drop him down to 4. It's a better chance that I think that I'll have something that'll maybe strand him a little bit. Ah, look at that. Now I can really evolve. I can't play the... I almost shouldn't. I should almost save the rare candies. See, this is interesting. I kind of want to use these rare candies. But maybe I don't. Give our opponent something to think about. So if he's going to target one, I'll have the other one because I'll have the Evo Incense. We'll knock out the Meloetta. That'll give us some more time. 110, that's good. He's probably going to knock out this guy, you would think. If he's going to pick anyone, he'll knock out this guy. I could go after a Genesect or a Mew. If I get a, oh, forgot I don't have a boss's order in my hand. Oh, interesting. Alright, so we're going to go that route. Which is good. Now I can use this Raboot to knock out that Meloetta. Or even just go straight after Genesect. Again, I need the right card, so I kind of regret not taking that air balloon. Because who knows when I'll see one again. I've not seen any of my Bird Keeper, which will help put Comfey back, or switches. It's funny. It's nice having these rare candies, right? Oh, he's going with the Mew. Okay. Ooh, I have a problem. Because I need to both get an energy on him and switch at the same time. And I don't have enough cards in my hand to do so. So I desperately need a switch. Now at this point the energies. This is tough here. Let's see what we have. Yes. See, now this is good. Yes, there's a switch. And now I can leave the energy behind. Oh. You know, I'm going to leave the energy behind. The switch will do it. This is great, actually. So we get one bunny down. Put one Cinderace on. Oops. Now he's going to run and hide, I think. But I don't know. I think he's got to fight. He can't put that Mew... Well, he could put that Mew back in his hand. Depends on how he's set up. And now we can switch. It's a little slow, I'm sorry. There we go. This is nice. I mean, just look at that. Isn't that beautiful? 1, 2. Attach 2. I'm good. There's really nothing else to do. I mean, I don't think I have another Scorbunny. I don't want to waste this level ball if I don't have to. Let's see what my opponent does now. So only got 3-4 cards there. I don't think he has any ability to draw with the path to peak. So he can knock me out, but I'm going to do the same. Oh, I need another switch. Oh, no. That would be a disastrous if I can't switch because I don't have the extra energy on. So again, you could... Well, let's see. Oh, he's going to knock me out. Okay. So right here, I need to draw something that gives me a switch. If I do, I'm in really good shape. If I don't, it could be the match right here. Because he's down to 3. The Cramorants will do it, so I don't even need to get it. Oh, that's great. That is great. And we're just going to get another Cinderace. Put that in our hand. And should I rare candy it? I'm going to rare candy it. The worst part is I'm still in the same situation. So I have to put an energy on him to attack with the Cramorant to knock him out. But then I still am short 1 turn. So we'll retreat. Oh, I need this. Oh, he win! Wow, look at that. All right, so we beat up the Mew deck with the Genesect. That was interesting. My opponent quit. I did have him knocked out there, and he was kind of stuck. You know, I guess that's why I have the path to the peak. You know, really kind of slows down some of those bigger decks. I do like these one prize decks. They, you know, sometimes people think like, hey, they can't beat you. It's just too much. You know, a lot of times they'll knock you out early, but if once you start getting the momentum, it works. I hope you saw some of the synergies in the deck. I should have really kept on to that that air balloon, and that way it could have really gone back and forth. That's one of the main things of this deck. You'll see. And sometimes you could even do it with just Cinderaces. I mean, you could probably build this deck with just Cinderaces and let's say some Bibarils or something like that. You could probably do it with the Crobat draw engine, whatever you're using. As long as you're getting enough cards in your hand on a regular basis and you have some switches, some balloons, some ways to, you know, Bird Keepers to get those Pokemon in or out. This Cinderace is so easy to... You see, like, I barely had any energy on my Pokemon, and I was still attacking and doing a lot of damage. I do like the Lost Zone because having the Cramorant there, you see, that kind of bailed me out in the end when I was like a little bit short. But again, you could use, you know, that the stadium where you're attaching energy to fire Pokemon from your discard. With this deck, it would really do it. Do that same trick. So a lot of cool stuff, a lot of synergy. I really like this deck. I hope you give it a try. It's about as cheap as you can make it. If you have like that Lost Zone, you have a Lost Zone deck, and you're looking for something different, spend a pack of Sit on a Cinderace, a 4/4 line. You should be able to get for 1 pack and trading, and try to stack out. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, why not? Something different, right? So thanks a lot. If you have any suggestions, put them in the comments. Let me know how the vocals were. Hopefully they were better, and like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.